which is the mental health hospital in Uganda. Specifically for the children's wards, we are raising money to rehabilitate children that have been treated from depression and various mental illnesses, but unfortunately they don't have the funds to go back home to their parents. So all the fundraising for today and the fundraising on my GoFundMe page is going towards that cause. And we'll also be popping into schools, donating books, donating clothes, and just trying to raise awareness about mental health and depression particularly. But because in Africa and in the Caribbean, one of the panel said it today, because mothers are so strong and they've been through a lot, they kind of don't understand when you tell them, you know, that depression is a thing, that depression is actually a medical illness. So it's raising awareness so that people don't really, you know, believe or go by the stigma that is very much real in Africa, in the Caribbean, and also trying to educate everybody so they know what the causes are, they know what the remedies are, and they know what the symptoms are. Because personally, I didn't know what to do when somebody close to me, my brother, came to me and said that, you know, I didn't know what to do because there's not a lot of information unless you go searching for it. So this is what today's about, and I'm going to wrap it up because I know. The majority are our youth panel / social media people. And then we have Emma, who's a specialist. So I'm just also going to discuss that this is an interactive session. So I will be asking you if you want to ask them any questions so that you get the most out of it. I do have one question that I really want to ask though, that I think you guys would agree with. How do you think social media has affected depression? And also, Leo said something very important about work, and I think the two link together. So many of us have normal jobs, and people on social media have this extravagant life where really we know it's just, you know, it's just the best of their life. But it does play a big part in people's comparisons, because people that are depressed or who suffer from mental health tend to compare themselves to other people, which is why they feel like they're not good enough or I should be here by now, when really everybody has their own time. So who would like to go first? And also we have a time constraint, so keep it brief.
Excuse me. I think social media does have quite an impact on people's mental health, and I think we're living in an age where we're so connected yet we're still so disconnected, and social media has a way of isolating us, and we're living our lives through this virtual world, you know, and it just breaks down real intimacy and relationship with people because we're filming these online, you know, and then on top of that, you know, there's a saying, comparison is a thief of all joy, and I feel like social media allows you to see people's highlight reel, and you start comparing your life to them and imagining that their life is better than yours, and it just robs you of your inability to see what you have and what you're blessed with in your circumstances. So I think in that sense it can have a negative impact if you're already in a negative space and, you know, you're feeling inadequate, and then you're looking at other people's lives on social media, which really isn't their real life, but they're just showing you their highlights. So yeah, I think that's my answer.
Go into a little bit more depth. Everyone knows about your personal hygiene, your physical hygiene. So as you've been growing up, you've been taught to, you know, brush your teeth every day, wash your hair, you know, bath every day. The same way it relates to your mental health, there's things that you can do daily to look after yourself. You don't wait until your armpits are rotting before you then go and bath. You bath every day.
Thank you everyone, and thank you Ms. Pride of Africa for organising tonight. My name is Josephine Nganda, and I am the founder of Katang Festival UK. My question is around, for some of us that work in highly pressurized jobs, how do you differentiate stress? And I know a panel earlier mentioned about, like not coping or things like that. But at what point do you actually decide to go to your doctor? And for some of us at home, what are the signs to, recognize if your loved one is suffering or things like that? Like, how do you know and how do you help them?
Make up and dress up. They love dressing up and making up. They start not getting up in the morning, staying in their pajamas or their nightie, or sometimes change of appetite. There's really subtle signs. Sometimes you have to really know the person to recognise the really early signs. There's always the obvious ones that everyone knows, people talking to themselves when they're signs of schizophrenia or psychosis. But in terms of depression, anxiety, sometimes people can hide them so well, or there can be really subtle signs or symptoms.
Stress begins, as you said, not in so many words, when you start neglecting yourself. When you stop, maybe going to have a bath, usually you do a pattern every day, then the pattern gets distracted in whatever you're doing. And then that means it could be a contribution to you working in that environment, so it's conducive now for you to limit certain things that you're doing within that environment and look at yourself and say, is this my usual self? So when you start now seeing that that's not your usual self and that's how you do your things, then you will have to then go and seek help or talk to a distance, a relatives or immediate
help you.
personal
Sometimes
relation.
it might not be that substance abuse. It might be, what I've realised now with young people is what they see on social media. And it goes from, being American. What I mean by that is the stereotype of an American rapper. Everyone sees them, popping Hennessy or, there was a drink that they were mixing up a few, not even Ciroc, but there's, lean. So sometimes people aren't they're not influenced to do it, they just do it because they think it's a norm or it's the next thing that's popping. And what happened when I was growing up was that I was dragged into that. It was through social media that I became depressed. And I would look at what I would see online and I'd be like, okay, how come I'm not like her? Or how come I can't be like her and have her boyfriend or this and that? So, sometimes I feel like you have to define if it's actually the cause of social media or a mental health issue. Because sometimes some people might be misled into feeling like...
But it's all just the same. It's just like seen through a different lens, and we've grown up and we're a bit more mature, and we're famous to see that. And so then, I'd say on the social media side of things, really, you just have to monitor it if you have a younger generation. If you can't monitor it,
4 people in 1 year, that kind of mental stuff, like, no one took me to therapy for seeing a dead body. They just told me, come and give evidence of what you saw in the class. I didn't see nothing, but hang on, someone's just died in my hand. What, no one's going to talk to me about this? No. You go home, the person in the situation. This comes from sitting down with someone and talking about my life. Then I've come to realization that actually I wasn't crazy. I was just there for a lot and I had no one to talk to. So communication, understanding, accepting, and then just one thing, occupying your time and going to different places and doing different things. So, sorry I took long, but yeah, that's me.
Face our own realities and not read into the media so much. The media is there to sell. Everything is there to sell. People can go on there and say, oh, I've been drinking this weight loss tea and I've lost this much weight, but in reality, they didn't really do that because the media will expose that people have done all kinds of things, but they're not going to show you that. They're only going to show you the good things. So
any of you, those that have been, affected by mental health, have you had to take any medication? Because we're not sure whether to recommend medication for somebody who's currently gone through that problem. I just wanted to know whether that is a solution to help
I think
this person.
like what Leo said, like going out and getting active or talking to someone, and if you've got faith, you know, go to church, strengthen your relationship there or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Just there are things you can do. You know what I'm saying? I think that medication isn't. I don't know what you lot.
I think it depends on your diagnosis. So it depends. So, for example, someone who is depressed, sometimes it might be more physical activity. Maybe they might need to change their diet.
The Butabika hospital in Uganda is the main referral hospital, the main psychiatric hospital, and it's very much become an established institution for training in East Africa. The link between East London NHS Foundation Trust and Butabika has been going for just over 10 years now. And I should just say that the children's ward has only been in existence for probably the last 4 years or so. And it was very much to do with the link that the children were given a ward for themselves. So before that, there wasn't any infrastructure to care for children who were in need of hospital admission because of mental illness. So since that time, the numbers of children on the ward have increased.
The plants, oranges, avocado. You know avocado plants? You water them. You got water from the jerry cans, small water containers. You water them systematically. These people need to be appreciated. Involve them. Feed them.
Thank you to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for always believing in Miss Pride of Africa UK. And thank you for mostly believing in Florence. Thank you so much. And whatever tips you've got today, please carry them on. We don't want to have another patient. We would rather have another helper out there. So please take care of yourselves. And we'll definitely keep you updated with our journey to Uganda. We'll be leaving on April 16th, and we will not disappoint you. We will keep you informed of where every penny that we raised went and how we spent it. So please, in the future, we ask that you carry on supporting us in any way possible. Thank you so much to our panelists, and thank you so much to the audience. Until next time, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Florence Carte and I'm Miss Pride of Africa UK 2017/2018. Today we hosted an event called Deeprest, and it was really to raise awareness for, you know, people who suffer from mental health and depression, mainly what the symptoms are, what the causes are, and what the remedies are. Because a lot of us, even if we haven't experienced it ourselves, we might have a loved one or a friend, family member that really doesn't know what to do. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm looking at the light. That really doesn't know what to do, and also we don't know how to help them. So today was to raise awareness, talk about mental health, try and erase the stigma, and most importantly, try and get people to communicate, to talk to each other. It's not always easy going to a loved one or a stranger, so it doesn't matter who it is, but talking to someone so they know something's wrong so that they can help you. And we are raising money for Butabika Hospital, Children's Ward in particular, because we would like to try and rehabilitate as much children as we can so that they are well and happy at home or in a new home. Unfortunately, these children have been treated, but for various circumstances, such as sometimes money, or sometimes they're not welcome at home because their parents are not educated on mental health. They've been stuck in the hospitals. So that was what we're raising money for. And thank you so much for your support. And we will keep you updated with what we've managed to do.
People of African descent doing something around mental health. I mean, it's exciting to see that there are events like this. Hopefully we'll see more, and I think the cause they've raised money for the hospital back in Uganda is amazing.
This event has been organised by Ugandans. I think as a Ugandan, that's something I've not talked about in the past. So I'm very happy that we can now talk about it. I actually know people that have gone through mental health, but again, my upbringing dictated that these are things that you don't discuss. So I'm here to support the mental health team, Miss Proud Africa, and I hope that we can all work together, because I'm actually here for another project, but I'm very, very glad that we can all work together and deal with these challenges that we have in Uganda. So proud
Africa,
to the young
today we've
generation.
covered a number of topics
Keep up the
regarding
great
the
work.
mental health issues of our younger generation. I think for me the salient point is we need to look at who we are and what we're about, self-awareness, our peer group, the people who we hang about with, looking at being appreciating and what we have in life, realizing how lucky we are to be in this country, or to, first of all, to be alive as a human being. If you look at the odds of being alive, you'll see what they are. And then secondly, to surround yourself with people who can build you and add value to your life. And then I think the number one thing is you've got one life, you ain't gonna come back, this is it, so do stuff that you love, because you can lose just as much money doing the stuff that you love as opposed to the stuff that you hate.
It's just been a privilege to be part of this event. I was honored when Miss Biggs, the founder of Miss Pride of Africa, asked me to come and co-host in this event, and I was quite surprised to learn more about the cause which they're raising funds for, which is to raise awareness of mental health in Uganda. And I think this is much needed, because she did explain the way people in Uganda are suffering out of ignorance of mental health, and how they are helping the less fortunate, getting them out of the streets, into the hospital to care and provide help for them. It's such a wonderful thing, and I really applaud them. And I urge anyone who has contact with Miss Pride of Africa to donate and support this great cause.
Mental health.
Such a privilege.
Young people suffer from mental health. It's not only in Europe, but I think it's not a new thing, but it's something that we need to be discussing more in countries in Africa, such as Uganda. And I'm happy to say that I was a part of this today with the fundraising to make sure that young people in Uganda can get educated more about different illnesses, whether they've got autism or whether they're depressed or whether they've got schizophrenia. So thank you.
They said some really important things, and a lot of it really resonated inside of me, and I think these events need to carry on, not just for Miss Pride but for the young people. There's a lot of important issues that we need to address. A lot of questions were asked today, a lot of good answers, but again we need to keep working at it and improving. But yeah, I really enjoyed the event. Thank you to Florence Carter for putting on the event. It was Miriam as well. She was another organizer. I don't remember all the names, but those are the two names that I remember.
Creative director of the organisation Inside Out UK. Today I came here to support Miss Pride of Africa UK. They are doing an amazing job at raising mental health awareness within the African community, specifically Uganda. So today I was here on the panel speaking about mental health awareness, speaking about what I do and providing tips for people who want to improve their mental health. So if you have the chance, make sure you support their campaign, because what they're doing is absolutely amazing.
Okay,
raising that awareness
I
is
would like
something
to
that
say
we
big
need to
thank you
do.
to Parachat TV for always supporting our events, for always supporting the community. We appreciate you, and keep up the good work, because like the High Commissioner said, united we stand, divided we fall. We can only do this together as a unit. So thank you so much, Parachat TV. Now back to our event tonight.
Yeah.
I would like to say a big thank you to you.
Oh, thank you.
We did it.
Mother. We did. It was very, very successful.
It was, yes.
We had a great group of people supporting us, from professionals
to the youth panel.
friends,
it was just
family,
amazing.
and general public.
And yes, it was just amazing. Thank you so much. You'll be amazed how much people are affected by mental health. But today we will create an awareness, and this is just a beginning. You will see more of us in years to come. This is a campaign that will stay forever. This is a campaign that will be attached to Miss Pride of Africa UK, Florence Carter as a queen, even if it's after her reign. This is a campaign that will carry on, and we're looking forward to traveling to Uganda on April 16th. We've got so much to do. Keep in touch. Follow us on all our socials. You'll get updated on how much money we raised, the work we'll be doing in Uganda, and what we'll be doing day in, day out. Thank you so much. Deeprest. Self-care. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much.